Many years ago, in a small dusty village surrounded by hills, lived a poor farmer named Aaron. He had nothing to his name but a small hut, worn-out clothes, and a son who asked too many questions. But one day Aaron told his son something that would change his life forever. Sometimes the greatest wisdom doesn't come from kings or scholars.
Ho, ho, ho!
It comes from those who have struggled, who have worked with their hands, and learned to see life through the eyes of humility. Welcome to Life Story Voice, where old stories carry eternal lessons. Now, let us journey into the tale of the poor father who taught his son the secret of wealth. Aaron's son, Dami, was a curious young boy.
Ho, ho, ho!
Every day, he would see the rich merchants ride through their village with golden rings and fine horses. And one evening, as the sun sank behind the hills, Dami asked Father, "Why are we poor? Why can't we live like them?" Aaron smiled faintly and said, "My son, wealth is not what you see, it's what you understand. But if you want to learn, wake up before the sun tomorrow."
Ho, ho, ho!
The next morning, before the first rooster crowed, Aaron led Dami up the mountain path. They walked for hours until they reached a field of dry soil. Aaron handed his son a small hoe and said, "Here lies your treasure. Dig every day before sunrise, and you will find it." Dami frowned. "Treasure? Here. But this is just dirt." His father said nothing, only smiled and began to dig. Days turned into weeks.
Ho, ho, ho!
Under the burning sun and the cold nights, they dug and tilled the ground. Dami grew frustrated. "Father, there is no treasure here. We are wasting our time." Aaron looked at the fresh soil and replied softly, "Keep digging. The treasure reveals itself to those who don't give up." Months passed, and though they found no gold, the ground they worked began to soften.
Ho, ho, ho!
When the rain came, their field was ready. Aaron planted seeds he had been saving for years, maize, yam, and beans. By the next season, their small land produced more than any other farm in the village. They had enough to eat, enough to sell, and even enough to give to others. One evening, as they sat watching the sunset, Dami said, "Father, you tricked me. There was no treasure."
Ho, ho, ho!
Aaron smiled and placed his hand on the boy's shoulder. "But there was, my son. You just didn't see it. The treasure was not gold, it was the land you worked, the strength you built, and the patience you learned. That is the secret of wealth. It grows only in the hands that refuse to stop working." Dami looked at his father, and for the first time, he understood.
Ho, ho, ho!
Years later, when Aaron passed away, the son continued to work the same land. He became one of the wealthiest men in the region, not because of luck, but because of the wisdom of a poor father who had nothing to give but truth. The real treasure in life is never found in the ground. It is found in your heart, your effort, and your endurance. Riches fade, but wisdom feeds generations.
Ho, ho, ho!
If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who believes they have nothing. And don't forget to subscribe to Life Story Voice, where every old story brings you new wisdom for today's world.
Ho, ho, ho!